Hey everybody, I hope you're doing well today. I've got a sleeping baby over here. And here's why. I'll leave tab below for this. I'm in DAA tuning, and that means that large string that's farthest away from you is in D, the middle string's in A, and the two melody strings that are normally in D, tune those down to A, both of them. It's a real pretty sound. I've got a story to tell you about this girl right here. Just over a week ago, she was bitten by a copperhead, and I was sitting here and I was folding laundry, and I heard very strange panting, and I look over and I look at Penny, and you guys, her muzzle was this big around, okay, and she's like this with her mouth open and just gigantic muzzle. I yell for John. John comes running. He sees her halfway down the stairs. He says, call the vet. He starts getting her stuff ready, and we both automatically think it's a snake. He gets her in the car and goes. I get on the phone with the vet. It's about 25 minutes away to town from here, and I want him to be ready. So I give him a call, and I said, we think she's been bit by a copperhead. You know, I tell them all the symptoms and how she was acting and everything, and they tell me we will be ready. Okay? So John gets there. He said they were just running out there to get her. They were ready. They immediately put her on an IV, put some anticoagulation stuff in there so the venom would slow down, and just started pumping her full of fluids and full of not ibuprofen, what's that called? Benadryl. Pumping her full of that. And they sent John home. They said, come back a little after 5 and we'll know more, basically. So they said they would call if anything got crazy. So we came back later that day, me, John, and Amber, and she was just still hugely swelled up, but she was a little more alert. And they said, oh yeah, copperhead. So they gave us a whole bunch of stuff. We took her home. The poor baby slept and slept and slept. Her neck started getting swelled up and down into her chest as well. They said that might happen. Poor little baby. Okay. 48 hours later, it's about to be dark, and I got to tell you a little bit about this dog. She is amazing. She is a fierce protector of everything. Our chickens, us, everything. And, we know that's why she got bit in the first place, even though we weren't out there for it. But so it's about dark, and we hear Penny. She's back to normal now for the most part. 2 days later, her swelling has gone down and all that. She's still recovering from all the drugs and stuff that we've had her on and everything. She starts barking up a storm out there, and she has specific barks that she'll do. And you'll notice they sort of change the more aggressive she gets, like maybe the more afraid she is or mad she is at whatever it is. So John goes out the door with a flashlight, and I hear something mumbled, and then I hear, Mandy! Okay, so I get up and I head for the door. Now, I didn't hear the word gun, so I'm not bringing a gun. But I feel like there needs to be something when there's a yell like that let out. And you know you heard my deer story, so who knows what this is. So I go out the door with a flashlight, and right there at the door, nailed to the wall, is my husband's axe. And this is a little side note, but an axe is very important, especially in the winter. We use a lot of wood to heat our home, so my husband takes care of his axe, and he doesn't want it exposed to the elements in any way, so he has it at the door, and he can grab it and go use it in the wintertime or whenever, So anyway, it was there. I grabbed it. Going out the door, trying to figure the latch to get the cover off of it, because I know it's something out there. Well, Penny is just barking and jumping and hopping, and it is a copperhead snake, and it is on our front stoop out here. You walk out our house, and there's about 10 foot of narrow porch, 2 steps, and then you have a little deck, and then grass. There's a copperhead right there. It's 2 foot long, and I hand John the axe, and he takes care of it. And this dog, 2 days later, after being bit by one of these, has got one right there, and she's not letting it go anywhere. She's going to take care of her family. So I can't tell you how thankful we are to have Penny in our lives. So anyway, needless to say, that little girl got some treats that night. And she has protected us and protected our animals. This summer we've had 2 chickens that have been killed. So we no longer can let them out at all. We were letting them out a few hours at a time, and we had another chicken killed, so we stopped that altogether. And let's see. Penny has had a fight with a deer who was protecting its baby. The baby was laying there, and Penny saw the deer. Normally a deer would just run off, but that big giant thing in her area, Penny went and attacked it. They had a little scuffle. The deer took off, and the baby left as well after that. Penny has alerted on a big black snake, a big one that was in the yard, letting us know that it's there. And John relocated it back into the woods. It was sort of up into our area there. Of course, he wouldn't kill that kind of a snake. That's a good snake. But she has chased off a fox, which I've seen in broad daylight. I was sitting on my mother's porch, heard Penny barking, and here comes, across our driveway and across my mom's front area there, her yard, a fox running down the road, gray fox. And then it wasn't a week later, I'm sitting here, and the chickens are such out this window that I can see the edge of their fence, and something catches my eye, and I look, and it's a coyote in broad daylight. And I sicked Penny on it, and Penny scared it away. But I tell you what, there's a lot of value having a good friend here. So we are thankful for her. And I want you to always remember, before I go, Jesus loves you. Bye-bye.